welcome to Throwback Reviews and Merry Christmas, is what I'd be saying if this video was on time. Yeah, this was the throwback review that was meant for Christmas. I was gonna do it on Christmas, but then, you know, life happens, things happens. Sometimes you have to go on a 3-day drinking binge and videos don't get done, so you gotta do them a week later. But hey, regardless of all that, we're here now, and hey, what better time to get into the Christmas spirit than 4 days after Christmas even happened? Let's talk about the greatest Christmas movie of all time, Die Hard! Or, you know, Die Hard, this one in particular. So Die Hard is, of course, the story of NYPD police officer John McClane, who visits California to see his estranged wife, Holly, who works at the Nakatomi building. She works for this big corporation. He's going to go see her for their Christmas party, maybe patch things up after they've had some rough times, and they're, you know, going at it, doing all this and that, and then, as things happen at Christmas parties, German terrorists attack. They demand money and they kill people and things happen, and oh God, who'll stop them? I'll tell you who'll stop them. A tank top wearing John McClane, and he's gonna do it barefoot. And believe it or not, Die Hard is actually a very special movie to me, you know, considering it's the reason I'm on this channel today. And I mean that. Die Hard is the movie that launched my love for movies. Every cinephile has a movie that they watched in a certain moment of their life where they went, oh my God, my life is different now. And for me, it was sitting home back in high school. I believe it was my sophomore year. And I was just sitting there on Netflix. I was like, oh, let's just watch something. And Die Hard was on there. I decided, I've never seen Die Hard. They talk about it in Friends sometimes. Let's watch it. And then, oops, my life was changed. This is just a movie that is so good that when high school me saw it and was just blown away by everything it did. For one thing, I immediately watched the other 3 movies because there's only 4 movies. There's not 5. That last one doesn't exist. But then after that, I was just like, oh, well, let's see what else is here, what else is here, what else is here, and then evolution occurred. Now here I am today doing the things I do. Let's talk about why that is. And now, do you want to know why I truly love Die Hard? Well, I love it for the reasons everyone loves it. It is the quintessential 80s action film. I mean, there are so many to pick from. You could be like, no, it's Rambo. No, it's Predator. No, it's blah blah blah. But no one saw blah blah blah. I saw Die Hard instead, and this thing to me embodies the 80s action movie in so many different ways. Like, on the one hand, this movie is just made of brilliantly memorable action set pieces, one after the other. I mean, it's not any of this crazy, like, ooh, yeah, all this, it's crazy choreographed. It all feels so real and brutal at the same time, as well as just 80s action hero badass. There are scenes in this movie that just blow my mind away, like when John McClane shoots the guy from under the table, or when he jumps off the roof and bangs through the wall using a fire hose, or, you know, when he's stuck in the ventilation vent and he makes jokes. It's brilliant. And that brings me to my next point, which is just incredible quotability. I mean, what would the quintessential 80s action film be if it wasn't filled with amazing one-liners? And Die Hard has some of the best one-liners in the business. I mean, this is the kind of dialogue that as it's going along, you're just sitting there, it's like eating it. You're like, it's so tasty, it's so tasty. I love watching all of this. And it has a range too. I mean, it ranges from terrifying. I mean, whenever Alan Rickman says anything in this movie, it makes you pee a little. You're just like, oh, wow, I didn't need these pants anyway. That's fine, but then it's okay because they also range to fun and badass whenever John McClane is talking. I mean, he has some of the most amazing 80s action hero one-liners ever, and I will be put on a record. I've heard a lot of great one-liners in my time, especially being the Arnold Schwarzenegger fan I am, but nothing will ever compare to Yippee-Ki-Yay, motherfucker. Nothing. And on top of all that badassery, Die Hard is also a movie that is home to some of the most memorable 80s action hero movie characters of all time. Like, on the one hand, John McClane is the quintessential 80s action hero. I know Arnold Schwarzenegger, he runs around and he does the things all the time we love it, but John McClane defined this for me. He defined this kind of character. He's got the tank top, he's got the fuzz, he's got the charisma. I mean, this guy runs around, he's just your average Joe Cop, but he's doing these incredibly badass things, spouting out these one-liners, just making you love him more and more and more as the movie goes along. He's the ultimate character. Like, he'd be in my top 5 favorite movie characters of all time if I ever made that list. And Die Hard is so special that not only is it home to the greatest action hero of all time, in my opinion, it is also home to the greatest action villain of all time in the form of Alan Rickman's Hans Gruber, who is absolutely incredible. I mean, from the second this guy walks into the movie, he commands your attention. He is terrifying. He's threatening. He has an odd charisma about him. He has that type of Alan Rickman charisma where he'll say something very deep under his breath and it'll make you pee a little bit and you'll be like, oh, it's okay, I didn't even need these pants. He's so scary, he'll make me say the same joke twice in one review. That's how good. Also, Alan is awesome. Not much to say there. Everyone loves Alan and everyone will forever love Alan, and if you don't love Alan, what's wrong with you? So, in the end, oh yeah, Die Hard's still a masterpiece. This is a movie that just does everything right. It's the ultimate Ash movie because it is just 80s action goodness all around. It's got everything. It's got that badass action. It's got the best one-liners in the business that would put Arnold to shame. They're so good. And on top of that, it's just got amazing characters all around. I mean, if you haven't seen Die Hard, what are you doing? Just do it. Go buy this. Go buy this Blu-ray set. Look, it comes with the first 4 movies, you know, the ones that exist because the 5th movie never happened. No, then just watch it up to 4. I like 4. He surfs on a jet plane in 4. I think it's cool. Die Hard gets an A+ out of 10. Hey everybody, thank you so very much for watching my review for Die Hard. I want to hear what you think. Have you seen the movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you going to see it? Are you going to skip it? What are your thoughts? Leave in the comment section below because I want to hear them. And as always, guys, if you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, be sure to follow me on all my social medias and join into the Cinephile on Facebook. But most importantly, from all of us here at the Captain White Show, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.